Sally, you recently started your own company selling UK properties to overseas Chinese and, of course, people in the US. So how much demand is there for UK property from overseas?
Yes, the demand has always been there. But the interesting fact is in the past few years, the UK property market have seen a growing interest from the mainland Chinese buyers. And that's one of the reasons I set up my own company, SJW UK Properties, and also write a book about it as well.
But why do the Chinese find the UK so interesting in terms of investment opportunities?
There are a lot of reasons behind it. One of the top reasons, I should say, is for the educational purposes. Years ago, when I come to UK, the average time the students stay are 2 years. Now it has increased to 8 years. So it makes sense for the parents to buy some property, and it's good investment as well. On top of that, property is always a good way to diverse your risk in investment. And the UK has so much to offer. I've been here 15 years myself. I study here, live here, and worked here. I love it. I'm sure a lot of people thinking the same way.
And when it comes to UK properties, what sort of places are they looking for, and where are the hotspots?
Well, currently, mainland Chinese tend to go for the new builds because it's easy, hassle-free. The areas, we have a term called student areas, which means as long as the property is close to a university or college or a good school, it's always hot. But also, Chinese buyers are looking at investment areas with potential, such as the spots along the Crossrail, Canary Wharf, Battersea, places like that.
How about the other way around? Do you help UK investors buy in China, perhaps?
I would love to, but not at the moment. It's very difficult. We have different policies in China, so it's very difficult for foreigners to buy properties in China now.
I have heard that a lot of Chinese people used to invest in property in China, and then a bubble formed, and then they turned to the Shanghai stock market. Well, we've seen recently how that's been going down. So is buying UK property now the way forward for them?
And you're very up to date with what's happening in China, actually, especially with the stock market in the past few weeks and few months. I wouldn't say it is one of the new reasons for them to invest in UK, because it started a few years ago. But it's definitely one of the big driving force for the Chinese buyers, because according to the Hurun latest report, the ultra high net worth individuals in China, main reasons for them to invest overseas is to diverse the investment risks. So when the stock market is not doing well, automatically people have to look for other better ways of investment. That's why I get quite busy in the past couple of weeks as well.
People always feel safer when they're investing in bricks and mortar, I suppose.
Something that you can see, and also UK is a very stable country. Economic is picking up, and the political environment is very stable, especially after the election, and people know in the next 5 years, and they are fine.
Yeah. You also help Americans buy UK property. Is there much demand the other side of the pond?
I would think there are a lot of demands, but however, the main part of my business is to serve the Chinese buyers. But I do come across some American buyers as well.
You're actually publishing a new book called Buy Smart about what people need to know when investing in UK property. So what do people need to know?
It's actually a very practical book that I wrote with the purpose and mission to help the Chinese or buyers like Chinese or first-time buyers to get to understand how buying process is like in the UK. So the book is actually divided into 3 different parts. What you need to know before you put down a reservation fee for a property, how you choose it. Section 2 is when the whole process starts, what do you expect? It's like a great expectation. And also the third part is what you're going to do, what kind of problems you need to solve after you purchase the property. If you want to resell it, if you want to let it out, how do you do it the best professional way? Chinese buyers are still at a very early stage. When I served my clients a couple of years ago, I still come across buyers, they don't even know where different tube stations are. So the first thing I show them is always a London tube map. And I said, make London tube map your best friend. That will take you a long, long way in UK property market.
What common things surprise or perhaps trip up buyers?
There are a lot of things. I would say you have to choose the right person that you can trust and you can work with. So in the book, I teach the Chinese buyers some tips on how to use one simple question to identify the right solicitor for you, for example. How to find which developer is reliable. And there are just simple tips that you can use to judge the good from the bad, because it's a lot of money. This probably is, even when you're rich, you're ultra-rich person, this is still going to be one of the most expensive products you're going to purchase in your life. So you have to be careful with who you are buying from, who will help you to buy it from.
You said one simple question. What's the question?
You have to read the book.
Is the UK a favourable climate for overseas buyers compared to other European markets?
For the Chinese buyers, UK is very popular. Among the whole world, USA is still the top on the rank. UK now is constantly in top 10 compared to the other European countries.
Sally, everything seems to be about smart technology at the moment. So what sort of apps are out there to help you to invest or buy property?
Well, interesting enough, a couple of days ago, I actually published an article of the top 8 apps you must have when you buy UK properties. There are a couple of property searching apps you could use, such as Rightmove, Zoopla, everybody know. They do have apps like House, and like interior design things, and also Around Me, where to locate. It is an app to help you to locate the restaurants, the schools, the hospitals, things like this. But for Chinese buyers, one particularly useful internet, this kind of tool is called WeChat. And I just been using WeChat with my clients, and I sell properties from it, I help my clients from it. And it's just a very important thing that you must have.
So tell me, how do you source the properties you sell?
To source the properties, I work with developers, I work with agents. I don't actually consider people as my competitors. My purpose is, if I have a family come to me, they need to find a property in the UK, they don't speak the language, the kids are here studying, and if they trust me, I just try my best to find the best property for them.
And is it better to go to you or an agency?
Well, in a way, I am acting as an agent as well.
But what I think I'm really trying to ask is, do the Chinese pay more?
Well, you can't really stop people thinking like that. But the thing is, for me, buyers and sellers, they're both people. And me, I'm a businesswoman, but I'm a human being as well. When you see somebody needs your services, your help, whether to buy or to sell, you always want to find the best option for them. So I would go, what is best for my clients.
Sally, thank you.